Hi, I'm Brad Thor, and I want to tell you a little bit about my thriller, The Lions of Lucerne. The Lions of Lucerne is my very first book, and you never forget your first book. Before I was a writer, I had my own public television travel series, and one of our destinations was Lucerne, Switzerland. And I was taken by this incredible monument. Mark Twain called it the most moving piece of rock in the world. It is a relief carved in a cliff face of a dying lion. And I thought, the Lion of Lucerne. You know, The Lions of Lucerne would make a great title to a book one day. And I'd always wanted, since I was a little boy, to be an author. But I'd always worried, what if I wasn't successful? What if I took a year to write a book and nobody liked it? But there were all these little things telling me, you need to do this. Well, fast forward a couple years later, and I'm on honeymoon with my wife, and she asked me, what would you regret on your deathbed never having done? And I said, writing a book and getting it published. And she said, fine, when we get home, you need to start taking 2 hours of protected time every day to make that dream come true. So here I had the title for a book. I had admitted to my wife that I wanted to write a novel. Now all I needed was a story. Well, I was reading a newspaper, the International Herald Tribune, and saw this little intelligence brief about a Swiss intelligence officer who had embezzled all this money from the Swiss military and was training his own shadow militia high in the Alps with high-tech weapons from his own private arsenal. And I said, that's it. That's the Lions of Lucerne. I gotta tell you, that finishing that book, that was the most special the end I've ever done, because I knew at that moment I could go on to write more books. I would never be on my deathbed and say, what if I'd only tried to write? And that's where The Lions of Lucerne comes from.